Hello friends, let us start with today's topic, that is 11 habits that I used to develop for a good study routine. So this slide is actually developed by the habits guy, and he is very cool at developing this kind of presentations that has really helped me. So are you going to find out your current study routine is not effective as it could be, right? So, my dear friends, maybe it's time to follow some new study schedule that's going to really help you to retain whatever materials you manage with time. That's going to really help you to concentrate and focus, right? So, here are some ways to achieve your learning style and start achieving your goals. That is very important, right? So, what are some facts? First, you should have your domain, you should know your dominant learning style. You should understand how you learn first. You should understand your dominant learning style. Second, visual learners are best when picture, images, and spatial things are used. So basically, you have to become the visual learner also. You have to keep your eyes like an owl so that you can remember very well. Second, auditory learners, especially basically music, sound, or both. These are kind of auditory learners. Kinesthetic learners, some have physical style of learning, that using the body, sense of touch, and hands. So basically, these are kinesthetic learners who use their movement of the body for learning, right? Some are logical learners, which requires reasoning, logic, and systems, right? So basically, you have to define yourself whether are you a logical learner, right? Are you a verbal learner, that with the help of the words and the speech you are going to study, are you a verbal learner? Ask yourself this question, right? Some people are social learners. Some people like to understand when they work in the group. People like group learning. So are you a group learner? Some are solitary learners, which are able to learn alone. Basically, if you sit alone, and whether do you study alone, right? This is also one way of learning. So my dear friends, you have to understand which kind of learner you are. Second thing, that you have to create your own realistic study goals. Assess your study habits and current grades, whatever you are having. Then you have to understand how far you long. Do you find it effective? Whether your study technique is effective? Are you happy with the grades which you are getting, right? What subjects do you need to focus on, and what is your difficulty level? You have to understand that also. Then what grades do you need to pass? This is the questions. These are the questions you need to answer, right? What are your personal commitment and priorities? So what is your priority? You need to understand that also. Basically, if you answer these 5 questions, that how much usually you learn, whether it is effective or not, are you happy with the grades, what are the subjects you need to focus on, what grades are required to pass, and what are your personal commitments. If you ask these 6 questions to yourself, I think you are able to answer all these. After reflecting on this question, you will be able to see what are the areas where you need to focus. When you understand this is the area that I need to focus, it means that I'm going to learn very fast, right? What are your goals? Use the SMART technique. Set some specific goals which are measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound goals. Basically, decide the time limit of achieving that goal. Set the achievable goals only. Set the goals which are measurable, right? So make your study time a part of your daily routine. So basically, you have to decide that you have to study in part time or full time. You have to decide how much time you are going to give to your study. Decide that specific time. Make time for studying every day, with or without exams. So basically, don't just study for exams. Decide your daily time where you will study. Very important thing. Then consistency is key. Every day you have to start study. Some good routines you have to make. You have to become a habit, going through the school years. So consistency is very important. Check your schedule, make a diary, write it down. Yeah, today is the date, what I am going to study. So tomorrow what I am going to study. On 10th what I am going to study. Make some appointments. Right? When placing your study sessions in your calendar, choose the blocks of time where you have a peak performance. So basically define where you perform in peak performance, right? Some work best in mornings, many people study best in mornings, some people study in at night time, some have good time in the from 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So decide at what time you find the best, where you can study, right? Build flexibility of schedule, be ready to plan around some good things that will make your study time good. So basically you have to decide the day where you will be finding a good time. For Sunday is your enjoyment time, so don't study on Sunday. Basically Monday is your study time, then study on Monday. So you have to decide, you have to structure your study time. Basically do 1 to 3 hours of personal study with breaks for 1 hour. Basically take breaks also, if you study for 40 minutes, take 10 minutes break. If you study for 30 minutes, take 5 minutes break. Break is very important thing. If you non-stop you are doing, then you will become bored, right? Start with the difficult subject first, then you are going to put it off later date. Basically understand the difficult points first, then the subject will become easy. This is also another technique of analyzing things. Schedule the study in sessions, 30 minutes to 1 hour blocks. Take 5-10 minutes break. I told you to take break. Break is very important thing, my friend. Without break you can't do anything. Want to learn more effective study habits? Then here we'll have download a free copy over there. Establish the study zone. Decide, some people like quiet places, right, to study. Some like to study in a hotels, so some like to study on a laptop with books around themselves, right? Choose the light, that doesn't cause eye strain. Some, you have to take vitamin D from sun also, that is also very important, right? Take vitamin D from your sun also. So establish some rules for yourself, that where is your study zone. Basically you have to choose offline as much as possible, so that too many distractions one click away. So basically you have to avoid eating heavy meals. If you eat heavily, then you are not able to study, so eat lightly. Revive your notes, that is also very important thing. Before you study the sessions, skim your notes that are recent topics are starting with, revive the study notes, that is very important thing. Revision is very important. Then focus on couple of notes that make good night sleep, right? Take great notes, because notes are going to help you in study, right? So you don't need to take notes of everything. Write some important points only, that is also very important. Write important points only. Then note taking style might also depend on your learning style. So basically use mnemonics, some shortcut techniques to remember. Use mnemonics, my dear friends, to remember. Then use laptops and smartphone wisely during class, that is also very important. For example, laptops and phone can bring down your grade, the source has said. But so make sure that you're able to play focus attention on the topic. Consider a study group, study group, that is very important. Social, friends, with the help of the friends you are able to understand much and much more. 5 to 6 members are, I think, most enough, maximum, not more than that. Get enough sleep. Sleep is very important thing. You should have a sound sleep in order to keep your mind cool and active. That's very important thing. Make sure that you have some dedicated time that will make you sleep. Stress reduces. Track your progress at every time. If you have good progress, then it will make you confident. If you have low progress, it will make you low confident, right? Remember, throughout the school, work and life, you need to be learning something. Keep your mind open. You should have some ability to learn. That is very important thing. So what to learn, that also you can download a free copy from this website, right? Hope you have understood the study techniques which I have shown you. If you apply this, then you are going to be successful in very much in your life. Thank you so much and stay tuned.